this is Eileen and I'm Lisa, and we're from Citrus County Schools, and we've been here this week at FETC with BenQ Education.
It's been so much fun. We've had a chance to tell our story of how we brought BenQ boards into our schools in Citrus County, Florida, and we were able to show teachers how the BenQ board is the teacher's best sidekick from day one, when they first have it installed and turn it on, to beyond as they start learning the technology more deep. And we are so excited to be here. We've had a great time.
So our session title is A Hero's Best Sidekick from Day One and Beyond, okay? So in our story, the hero is the teacher. Do I have any teachers out there? Former, oh, and us too as well. But
right.
As we know, they're in the classroom, right? And so how can we, every hero needs a sidekick to help us, right? So Eileen's gonna start us off with our story.
So, and I shared a little bit, we came from a district, or we are in a district that was having outdated projectors. So they're expensive, those bulbs are expensive to replace. So we were looking at a solution for that. And then we also had several different panels that teachers were trying out. Principals would buy it with Title I dollars, or our tech director would say, hey, try out this panel for us. And it didn't take long for it to bubble up that the BenQ board was the most intuitive and had the most features that the teachers liked. So we went from a few BenQ boards to, we got 90 boards and pushed them out to teachers, and we did it with groups of varying technology levels. Hey, so we have 90 boards, and they're in the hands of teachers who are pros at tech and teachers who would consider themselves not very techy. And then we basically studied that group. We surveyed them, we went and visited them, and it was so revolutionary that we were like, we have to get this for every classroom. So that's been our journey. We now are in the middle of the rollout to get them in every classroom, and we're probably sitting at maybe like 75% right now. And so we are still like, you know, if you have like a deep question about like something, you're gonna want these engineers around here to answer it. But we love it. We love the product, and we can tell you how our teachers use it. And that's what we wanna share just a little bit, is how some things that our teachers actually do with the board. And then we want you guys to be able to ask us questions and then even come up and touch the board, play with it. That's the big impact, especially if you have experience with other boards. Touch this one, ask questions, and what we can answer, the other people will too. So Lisa's gonna share one of the favorite things that our teachers like about the boards.
As we know with technology, is we want it simple, right? We don't have a lot of training. We're putting it in the hands of teachers. So it's very intuitive. So the very first thing from day one, we would tell them, turn on your BenQ and then Insta-share up. And I'm looking forward, my thing went away.
Oh, gotcha.
And that's okay, because right here it is. So from day one, they could turn on their BenQ, share up their computer, just like their projector, and they're ready to go. However, we're gonna take it even a step further, because now it's touch. I can control my computer from up here, take the students on a virtual field trip, go over here, I can show up videos, all by just touching that same computer that those teachers were used to, okay? So pulling up my PowerPoint lesson. Here we go.
Here we go. Do you want me to change it?
Woo! Nope, we're gonna go back, and that's okay. Gonna go big. So, remember, the hero is the teacher. So what qualities would a hero look for in a tech sidekick? And just showing just some of those simple things that teachers already did. So for us, our teachers were looking for something that was intuitive, easy to do from day one, showing up their computers, starting there. Engaging, not only can the teacher show up their computer, but students can as well. And then impactful. So let's go back to engaging. So right now, I'm gonna hit that button right there. Who is your favorite sidekick and why? So I could ask that to my class. My students can then screen mirror up their device and answer that question.
Do you guys have iPads or Chromebooks? What do you guys have going on in your classes?
Chromebooks. Okay, you can still do it the same way. So it'd be the same Insta sharing up.
I was gonna say, and of course in here we've got connectivity issues, so it's
it's
searching.
Yeah, so let's go and see. But anyways, you'll see right here that I have up to 9 devices that can be shown. So those students could show up their device. As a teacher, All I'm doing is minimizing and going back and forth and seeing those different responses.
Is it random what 9, or is it like
So it's the first 9 that I allow and deny. Are we?
It's
We
still,
don't have it?
It's coming. It's just
Okay,
thinking.
it's the first 9. And with that, you'll see like I have these buttons to where then I can choose, okay, you're leaving, you know, you could use the pickers to pick random students, you know, and we even have stories of teachers within the first week of having this.
Here we go.
Here we go. So I'm seeing a student's sidekick, and now, hey, can you explain why? I go back. I could go up to my teacher lesson, or I could pull on another student. But anyways, going back to the story, is teachers were sharing that within the first week that they saw that their students were more engaged because they were putting forth more effort in their handwriting on their iPad because they knew it was going to be on display for everybody to see. Even on the paper, they were doing paper and taking a screenshot, so they were putting in more effort for that engagement. So, and the last one is impactful. Will this be impactful? And yes, we saw how intuitive it was and that it makes a difference even with the Easy Write board. So we're gonna see, nope, and my thing isn't up, so I'm just gonna go. And Eileen's gonna show off the Easy Write.
So the Easy Write board is one of the other favorite tools. So they wanted it, obviously we needed a projector, so it was solving a problem, and they love that they can control their computer, but the whiteboard is just the coolest thing ever. We also were mounting them over their whiteboards. So they were like, oh no, I'm losing my whiteboard. But with this, they actually get 99 whiteboards that they can go ahead and set up. So the middle has all the tools for creating the things on your whiteboards. Obviously your pen and your eraser, your text box, the typical things you would find, but then they've got a bunch of gamification tools. So we have the timer, we have a stopwatch, you can actually do a scoreboard. So if you've got 3 teams and you're gonna assign points, and then it keeps track of who's in the lead. And any of these you can always minimize and put in the corner to display. So you have a lot of tools for gamification. I had the 3 columns up when you guys first came in. You can do that only with 2 columns if you would like. There's pickers, so if you've got to pick 3 kids and your class has 1 through 30, it'll randomly pick the students. So there's a lot of gamification type of tools already built in. And then for our math teachers, we have all of these math tools. You have the compass and the protractor. Don't ask me which is which because I have an English degree, I'm not a math person. But all of these you can use. The math tools are really phenomenal. This one was really cool. You can actually decide to mark the angle, or you can mark the arc, or you could mark the whole piece of the pie, and all of that with this electronic tool. So our teachers really love the toolbox. You also can actually link your account with your Google Drive and your OneDrive. What do you guys use? Okay,
OneDrive.
so you've got OneDrive.
OneDrive.
We actually dabble in both worlds. So it also has Dropbox. I don't know if anyone uses that. But so I can link all of my accounts. And so then while I'm here, if I want to pull up a worksheet or something for our kids to work on, I can go ahead and pull that in. Now, I don't have my account here because I'm not in Citrus County, but I have it on a USB. If I were on my account, you would see my OneDrive and my Google Drive right there. All I'm gonna do is pop in there and I get my document and I pop it right in here for the kids to write on. One other thing that I really like is it has this map feature. So I said there's 99 boards, but each board is also an infinity board, so it stretches on and on and on. And I can hit this little map right here, and I can see what part of the infinity board I'm on. So if I have a student who's really short and I want them to work on that worksheet, I can actually go ahead and decide what part I'm displaying. You can prepare your board ahead of time, and you could have questions over here, and then you could reveal the answers. So it has so much potential. The other thing, which is really phenomenal, is you can actually load this software on your computer and you can prep all your lessons ahead of time. So you can actually put in YouTube links, and the YouTube actually puts a little box up here and strips all the ads out. I don't know if you have legislation in your states about exposing students to advertisement, but we do in Florida.
Right,
So
right.
we are constantly thinking about how we can make sure that we're doing the right thing. So you can add all that in there. But to type all of that on a big board, you know, they can actually load the software, sit at their desk, and prepare all of these whiteboards ahead of time, and then just pull them right up, and then continue to add on it with the kids as the kids mark it up and do all of that. So it's extremely intuitive from day one. The teachers are doing a lot of really cool things with it, and then it doesn't take long for them to just keep diving deeper, and it just really switches. There.
It's our timer. Oh,
Oh,
no,
okay. I was like,
somebody-
what?
I was like, somebody's broadcasting.
Yes. Oh, that was a great feature too.
That is.
So like for if you had a lockdown drill or some
Or
important
even an
message.
announcement, dance tonight. Don't forget to go, you know, buy your dance ticket. It can be broadcast to all of your BenQs throughout your school.
We've got templates that are already pre-built in for music, for handwriting, for coaching, science. It's all right here. And then you can actually add your own template. So if you do Cornell notes or you have something that you utilize all the time, you can load all of that in there. There's backgrounds that you can add to soften the view for your eyes or to maybe have graph paper. It just keeps going on and on. The features are amazing. And one of the, I guess he's an engineer and training director. His name is Chuck. He's awesome. He told me that he calls these the PhD boards, and he's like, push here, dummy. I'm like, or darling, come on, you know, we're in the South. So, but he push the buttons.
Yeah,
so
you don't break
we
it.
want you to come up, to touch the boards and push the buttons. You're not gonna do anything wrong, and explore how is it different, ask some questions. It's got just more than we could even talk about it. It'll translate, like you can write hello and circle it. Here, I'll do that real quick. So I can go ahead and write something like hello.
If it's turned
We'll
on.
see it. We'll see if it is.
Yeah.
So I can click the easy button, and it will put it into text. My handwriting's not pretty, and then we loaded another language. There's a huge list of languages, and you can translate. So it's really got a lot of features. Do you
And
guys
that's
have
why we say from day one and beyond.
Yeah.
So,
Any questions or things that you guys are curious about?
no?
So if you have your computer projector, can you still use the right feature to like highlight and?
Oh yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, so right here is my computer, and that's what I was looking for earlier.
We use the button
and
here.
it just is the side navigation. And
Oh,
we forgot to check the
I
settings.
was going to say the floating tool.
Yeah,
So there is a floating tool that pops up.
but I forgot to check the settings this morning
Gotcha.
to make sure, because as we're training, then we're like, or
Here.
teaching.
Right here. That little pencil, do you see
Oh,
over there,
right
Lisa?
here. Yes. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
To where then I can write. Write on there whatever is displayed on my computer, or, you know, go there.
And those are tools you can turn on and off. You can also, we have these boards in our school for our severely handicapped students, like EBD and students that, you know, struggle with behavior. And you can even turn off the touch in some of those things. So like, okay, we're not touching the board right now, we're showing a video clip, and you can turn that off. So there's a lot of control
Features
you
for
can do
it
as well.
Yeah.
So we'd love for you to play.
Yeah, and we
Touch the
appreciate
boards.
your time.
Yes.
Thank you very much.